Block party.
Good morning.
I'm remembering. Good morning. It's I don't know why I have to feel like I have to say the date like we're live in the morning. Saturday, October 19th at 9
October 80,
o'clock.
19th.
I
Yeah.
could live with that.
In the
Time
year.
is meaningless in the archetypal realm. It's funny. Like I was just thinking block party because I said it and I remember watching Dave Chappelle's block party. And then I think I had like a dream about it. And the person I was working with, who I was seeing, said something about how like you'll be able to have your own block party or like in the archetypal thing. Because I was like all these people, musicians, and doing all this stuff,
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And I was like pretty depressed at the time. So I was like, oh, I want that. It was like, and now it's sweet because I feel it. It's like I feel this,
Block party happening.
yeah,
Even.
block party in my
Yeah.
pants. Like,
Yeah. 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 No, totally. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't relate more.
We're officially changing the name of the podcast to Block Party in Our
Yeah.
Pants. Um,
Yeah, that's so funny. Growing up, I lived in this neighborhood that was really amazing because it was like near to, right in between kind of two little towns.
mhm.
Um, we had to be, everyone was bused to school and stuff. So, but, um, but it was just, yeah, like one long street and then a long hill with houses that weren't all the same. There were different houses all along. And um, once a year, we would have a neighborhood picnic.
Mm.
And we'd have it up at like this house that was always a mystery. Like they didn't have kids. And so like I didn't really know that much. But they had a huge yard and we would all, like most of the whole neighborhood would come to the block party and all the kids would play and it was like really fun. And then I would like never see those people again until the next block party or never see the people in that house. But I remember as a kid being like, I think at one point I totally forgot about this until right now. I was taking a walk because I'd like to just walk around the hill is what we called it, like, and that was around this, it was pretty big loop of like, and I would just go and I would like name each house. I still do it in my head sometimes if I can't sleep or like if I, so it's like, oh, that's where so and so lives, that's where so and so lives, and that's where like Scott lives. And like all the people who were older, like the older teenagers, were like so kind of mysterious and like wow, and but I remember looking at that house where we had the block party and feeling like if I needed help, I could go to this house. Like I could, I felt like it was like there was a
place.
just like really, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was my association that just happened when you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sweet. If that was a dream, it would be
Yeah.
cool. Be
Yeah.
like, oh, here's one home and here's another home and
Yeah.
yeah. That's funny. So like block party is a theme all of a sudden. I'm remembering like in New York City back when I was growing up in the 70s and like more than like I feel like the 70s, maybe early 80s, there were like block parties. Like I don't think they have them really anymore, but it's like
They do here. They block off the streets. Like there's like the Liberty Street party. Or
yeah, but like like in New York City,
but not
it was like
like
yeah,
it's
and
not the same as in New York City
yeah,
block party.
yeah, yeah. I'm remembering when I was like I must have been like 9 or something, and they had like a disco dancing contest, and I actually like I won the disco.
What?
I won the disco dancing contest. Yeah. Which must have been like I must
Oh
have been
my
so
God,
cute.
that's yeah.
I never told you that.
No, I don't think
Sorry.
so. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I must have been this like little adorable 9-year-old. Like I can picture Wake doing it, And
Yeah.
it's like
Well, you have the moves. Like you're a really good. You're a really good dancer. Like you're a really good dancer. It's fucking. Yeah.
oh cool. You never told me that.
It's. I think I told you, maybe not like that, but because I mean, it's really
Nice.
pretty hot. Yeah.
So 1979, man, and then I won a plate of God, there's so much here. I want to plate. There's this really fancy, famous, New York famous, um, like Italian cookie place, like
Mm-hmm.
Italian,
Mm-hmm.
called Venero's, and I won like a whole like a
Whoa.
plate of like Venero
Whoa.
Italian cookies,
Whoa.
and it was great because then my like this guy I grew up with, who I may have mentioned, who was like I was friends with, but he was kind of a jerk. He like decided that we'd split it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. And it was like one of the first times I may have actually stood up to anybody, but I don't know. I don't remember if I actually stood up to him or I just thought that doesn't work. But I may have fawned anyway.
Mm.
But I was like, I mean, first of all, I was really surprised that I won the dance contest because I can feel a little teary about it now because it's like I was noticed. Like I didn't
Yeah.
have any experience of being seen or
Yeah,
being
yeah,
noticed, and
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was seen and noticed, and yeah, and so that was like touching. But then this kid was like, yeah, like we can split it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just it's I don't know. There's like a lot of vibration there of like a little bit of an opening, but then
Mm.
like just this
Mm.
heavy contraction, and so it's cool. It's
Mm.
cool, So here's a thread to my work from this week, which is I had a dream with 4 parts, and each part was like a little vignette about like revisiting a past feeling or past experience.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I had in this dream, one of them, I'm with this woman. God is trying to silence me. And I'm attracted to her, but I feel kind of vulnerable and shy. And she like hands me a comic book, and I'm like leaning into her a little bit, but I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
she likes me. It's this
Mm-hmm.
old kind of icky thing, which I think is probably common for a lot of people. Like, does this person like me or not? But it's like, it has been such a trigger for shame
Mm-hmm.
for me
Mm-hmm.
because I have such a narrative of the reasons I'm not sexy, attractive, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that if there's not like, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh, if
I'm
it's
not
not like,
worthy.
yeah,
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 it's like
yeah,
the projection of the
yeah,
animal onto these poor regular human women.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's that. So there's like I can feel that as a child experience. Like the comic book, I think is really clear because it's like there's like a vulnerability, and even though I'm attracted to the woman, it's like not sexual in some way either
Mm-hmm.
because there's like a comic book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It'd be like
Mm-hmm.
being friends with a girl who's cute when you're like 8 or 9 or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
So I had that dream, and then I had a dream where these 2 guys are working on something like for me, like they're helping me with something, but I don't really trust it. And it's interesting now thinking about the 2 different guys who are doing it. One has proven himself to not be trustworthy
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over and over and over and over and over in my life. But I was always sort of like, I can count on him, but right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one turns out is very trustworthy and very engaged. So I didn't find that out until after the dream, which is cool. It's just
Mm-hmm.
happened recently. And I feel stuck in that place of like not trusting that they're actually going to be able to do this thing for me and not really being able to speak about it. Not being able to say, you know what, I need this
Mm-hmm.
by 6. It's like I'm I'm too in shame to first believe that they're going to do this for me, that they
Mm-hmm.
really care, like that they're really going to do
Mm-hmm.
something for me, which I like triggers this pain of like not having things done for me. Like the
Mm.
one memory I have of my, or 2, of my dad doing something, like literally 2 of him doing something for me. Like I
Mhm.
couldn't count on my parents
Mhm.
at all to
Mhm.
follow through on
Mhm.
anything
Mhm.
or even think of me in a way of like, I'm going to do this for my kid.
Mhm.
So I have that dream, and then I have a dream where I'm walking down 8th Street in New York City, like right off of 6th Avenue, which is a neighborhood, Greenwich Village neighborhood that I grew up in, and it's dark and it's late, and I'm a grown up, but I'm like aware of how scary this must have been for a
Oh
kid,
yeah, 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 yeah,
which is
yeah.
also part of my growing up. Like I grew up in New York City in the late 70s and early 80s, and we
Mhm.
just walked around as,
Mhm.
8, 9, 10, 11 year olds. And that shit's not like, I mean, I remember being dropped off on right here, like on A Street. And so it's like perfect. Like, I remember being dropped off by a friend and his father. We went to a Yankee game and took the train downtown. So we must have gotten off at the West 4th Street station. And my friend lived in Greenwich Village. And it's like midnight, probably, maybe 12:30. I couldn't have been older than 12.
Mhm.
And the dad just left. The dad was like, "Okay, we're gonna go home."
Oh my
I
gosh.
know. And I'm
Wow.
like it was so scary. I was like, "Do I walk home?" Which was like
Mm.
half a mile
Uh,
through the streets, or do I wait for the bus, which you never fucking know when it's gonna come? And it's
mhm.
can you? First of all, can
Oh
you
god.
imagine leaving another person's kid
Oh my god.
there? First
No.
of all,
No. No.
and, and without any communication, right? And then second of all, the dream, it's like I I couldn't really feel that fear
Mhm.
for a few reasons.
Right.
One of which was it was just this old trauma fear that I had no support to feel,
Mhm.
plus being left alone on this corner and not having any support to be like, it's okay, you're scared, but I'm
Mhm.
here. It's more like you're scared, but we got to go home,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
I hate
I
that.
yeah, that wasn't
Ugh.
that's not winning a disco dance contest at a block
Mm.
party.
Mm.
And then the last dream, the last part of the vignette of this dream, and I don't want to lose the theme of like the place of like revisiting the past and then being able to feel the feelings that we weren't able to feel at that
Mm.
time. Like
Mhm.
it's so amazing.
Right.
Like it's what I love so much. It's like when we get to the root of a feeling,
Mhm.
for everybody
Mhm.
I've ever worked with or talked with, it opens. And
Mhm.
so we don't go to the past to revisit it for the sake of, because that cannot work. Like I'm gonna go back to the past.
Mhm.
Like I remember
Mhm.
I would like go back to New York City. I'm gonna go to my old apartment and I'm gonna like be there and
And I'm gonna feel
I'm gonna
it. I'm
feel
gonna.
it.
Yeah.
And 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 then it's like, well, don't live in the past, da da da.
Mhm.
But this is like it's so the dreams get so specific
Mhm.
about how to live in the past,
Mm.
how to bring ourselves back
Mm.
to those moments from a
Mm.
place of support. And
Right, so we can finally feel the
yeah,
feelings that we couldn't feel
yeah,
then
yeah.
as part of as the way, which is the healing and
Yeah, I had a client who I had this. Most of my clients I sort of see ongoing, and I had this client who had this kind of marvelous, like, set time that we saw each other, but
mhm.
had sort of had a beginning and an end, because her last session was experiencing being sexually assaulted, or the guy who sexually assaulted her, but with all these people there
Mm.
protecting her and saying,
Mm.
no,
Mm.
you can't. And it was like
Oh.
that. I know it's like that's what this is about in some way. It's
Wow.
like
Wow.
being able to go back there, going
Mm.
back to the trauma
Mm.
and feeling the love and support. That's like this isn't going to happen again, and in fact there's all this love.
Mm.
And that was
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So vignette in this dream is I show up at this like big artist studio, and I'm looking for this mom of one of the kids I grew up with who became a pretty famous painter. Um, Not the kid, the mom
Mhm.
was kind of like becoming a famous painter as I was hanging out in her loft
Mm.
in Tribeca. But I didn't know it.
Mm.
So I was just hanging out with my friend, and I
Mm.
was like 7 or 8 or whatever. And so that part of the dream, I go in because I want to talk to her, and then I find out, then I remember that she's dead.
Mm.
Like, because she passed away 5 years ago or so, and I remember in the dream. But that also feels like it doesn't. In the dream, it doesn't matter
Mhm.
because it's like it's just like another adventure into childhood. Like
Mhm.
I can feel myself wanting to kind of talk to her about what I was like as a kid, or
Mhm.
right. And instead of it feeling like, oh, she's gone and I can't,
Mhm.
it's actually feels like it's bringing me to that place of childhood curiosity.
Mm.
Like it's just I'm now in this place of childhood
Mm.
curiosity, and like so the dreams are bringing me back, but I
Mm.
feel really present, you know.
Mm.
And so
Mm.
much of my life has
Yeah.
been like I have to go back into the trauma to fix it. Like I
Mm.
remember seeing Ordinary People, you know that
Mm-hmm.
movie with Timothy
Yes. Oh,
Hutton, and
yes.
I was like,
Yes.
he had a trauma moment, and he went to therapy and he like fixed the trauma moment.
Mm. Mm.
I was like, I want to go back, and it's so amazing to discover how the dreams do that very thing.
Mm.
But it's
Mm.
not a moment, it's a feeling,
Mm. Mm.
right? Like
Mm.
for my client, it was like a moment because it was such a particular trauma.
Mm.
But like with complex PTSD, which is what I'd say I have, sort of
Mm.
not being loved or seen over a long period of time, it's like I can go in little by little into these different places.
Mm. Yeah. 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 It is really incredible. I love it so. The other funny thing is like, yeah, a couple things come up for me, and one of the things is, um, when things happen in our waking life in the world that actually confirm like the story of the protectors, or
Mm-hmm.
confirm the, like our beliefs of like,
Of our shitty
yes,
selves.
of like, no
Yeah.
one, and so your disco thing, winning the
Mm-hmm.
disco thing, is like actually goes against, it's like a different experience than
Mm-hmm.
your usual experience,
Right.
and
I should put on my resume.
and
10th Street Block Party Disco Dance
dance,
winner,
yeah.
1979.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Masters in Social Work, 2004.
um and I was just thinking of this experience that I had when I was 16, no, 15, I don't know. Anyway, I had this birthday joint, I know I told you this story, this joint birthday party with,
Mm-hmm.
I had a best friend growing up, amazing, amazing to this day, one of the most amazing, intelligent, funniest, most brilliant people ever. And we were like neighbors and hung out all our lives. And her name was Dana. And Dana's mom and my mom got together and they decided to have a joint birthday party for us because our birthdays are like one day apart.
Uh-huh.
And oh golly, um, but it was like a time when our parents didn't know this,
Mm-hmm.
but like we she was had splintered off and was a very, very popular, was like in the popular crowd,
Mm-hmm.
and I was not.
Mm-hmm.
And so our parents wanted to do this wonderful thing
Mm-hmm.
that they were very excited about, and they invited all these people who had now shunned me. Like it was like friends
Oh.
from our childhood, but most of those friends became part of the popular crowd,
Right.
and I was not.
Oh.
I was I didn't, it was this, oh, it was a surprise party. So, and it was
I was gonna
and
ask,
now
like,
wait,
how did
there's
you
more.
respond?
There's
Okay.
more. It was a surprise swim party.
Mm-hmm.
Bathing suits, adolescence, like I was, it was the beginning of my anorexia, but I was like fucked up, and it was
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, it couldn't have been actually worse.
Mm.
So we go, and like it was like surprise, like we're at this pool, and I was
Like you had just gone with your mom.
I
kinda?
felt, yeah, and I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I was just going with Dana to go swimming, which
Mm-hmm.
was like no problem
Mm-hmm.
because she loves me and I love her till the end of time, and
Mm-hmm.
like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all these people, and this is like the worst story, and I swear this is true, and it's so, you're not going to believe what more than half the people, like nobody brought me presents. Isn't that unreal? Like, and I remember
Mm-hmm.
just like, and the people who brought me presents were people who were like, I didn't know, were more Dana's friend than my friends, and weren't my,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like they were presents that were like those random presents you would just get if you don't know anybody. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of them was a poster of the kitten hanging on the branch that said hang in there. That was one of the presents that someone got me. Like totally impersonal. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like Jennifer
Mm-hmm.
Espy got me a present because she fucking loved me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was really popular and she didn't really want to be popular, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like Gwyneth Paltrow, so she was like unbelievably beautiful and like
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and she was just always like really kind of like reluctant about all of it and like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, apologetic, and
Mm-hmm.
she, and so anyway, it was like that was, and so that experience confirmed all of my worst, my
Oh.
pathological thoughts and all of my worst fears and the
Mm-hmm.
worst, like, you know,
Yeah.
and I felt completely ostracized, and like it was so horrible because I had to spend the whole, I had to be at that party, like I couldn't leave, you know, I had to be, it was so awful. There's a picture in one of my the books that my mom gave me taken from that party. I wish
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't even have the, you know, it's like I kind of want to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of it. It was
That
like
you
me
want,
in my
it'd be
bathing
great to
suit.
extract that experience from your
Yeah,
mind. Yeah.
yeah, and like, and just like it's so painful, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I just had to get, you know, I just had to get through it. I was like, I just have to somehow
When
live
it's
through
supposed to
this.
be a celebration
Yeah,
for you,
yeah,
and
and
it's like the blindness of your mom,
yeah,
like
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Ah.
I don't know, and I can't talk to my mom about it because she has dementia. You know, they're
Mm-hmm.
just things now that I'm never. I can't. Now that I'm healed and can, you know, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I have curiosity. Like, what were you and Gretchen thinking when you
Mm-hmm.
did that joint
Right.
party?
Right.
Like, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea. I mean, I can assume that they were thinking, oh, this will be fun. Like, you know, let's do this
Mm-hmm.
together because, you know, like bring all the friends together when they have no idea what's really happening and all
Mm-hmm.
that social dynamic bullshit at
Yeah.
school and junior high, and you know, so
Did you ever talk to Dana about it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like we played a lot and all, and like I just loved her, but like we had our own little world together,
Mm-hmm.
but it was really hard to like
Mm-hmm.
break in once that social, you know, stuff, once boys and all that stuff started get, she was a cheerleader, like
Mm-hmm.
once that stuff started getting in the picture, all that social
Mm-hmm.
hierarchy shit,
Right.
like, you know, she was like, she would defend me to
Mm-hmm.
people, but she also, we weren't as good of friends, you know,
Right.
we would like again be friends just when we were alone, but
Mm-hmm.
like not socially. It was
Mm-hmm.
like I basically accepted. It was like in movies where you walk by someone in the hall and you just
Mm-hmm.
look at them, but
Yeah.
you're laughing, she's laughing with her
Right.
friends, and I'm like just the one passing without friends
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. Like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have, you know, I just lost my friend group and
Mm-hmm.
didn't have friends for a long time. So until I finally found some. But anyway, that's an example of another, you know, and like that could be again, like you're saying, that could be a dream. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, I've been thinking a lot about. I mean, I kind of always do. I'm aware of people because so many people know that I work with dreams, so they want to tell me their dreams,
Mm-hmm.
and that's been an interesting thing to navigate through the years. You know, of like, yeah, just like, do I? Sometimes I, yeah, how to receive that,
Mm-hmm.
and about feedback, like I, you know, I always ask people, I'm like, are you just sharing your dream, or did you want
Right.
me to say something about it? And then what I say, you know, that's like an
Mm-hmm.
interesting thing. But part of what a common thing is, like, I had a dumb dream. My dreams are stupid. My dreams are meaningless. They're dumb. It's just my brain barfing things out. It's just blood. It's offloading. It's what, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
mostly it's like, oh, it's just a stupid dream. Like having clients and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, I didn't really have any dreams this week, and I'm like, oh,
That's
you
the
really
best.
didn't?
That's
Like,
the best.
what?
Yeah.
I didn't have a dream that seems worth
I
me.
have one client who comes in and she's like, you're gonna tell me, like, I'm gonna come in and say I didn't have any dreams, and it's just this little snippet, and it's gonna change my life."
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Like
that's exactly.
like
Yeah,
she was joking,
yeah.
but she also knows, like,
Right.
that our life, every dream is
Yeah.
life change. Like for
Yeah.
her, it's literally changed her life, but it's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
smallest thing. But now she comes in and it's like an ongoing joke.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I think about that. I've been thinking about that a lot. Like you said, if that were a dream and if this were a dream, it's like there's so, I mean, that, what I just shared is obviously hugely rich, but there's like really dreams that can seem so simple, and it's never is. It's
Yeah.
just like, or seem like it's nothing. And it's always something,
Yeah.
and those are, I love those dreams because that it's like so the moments are so distilled. It's like usually the moment
Mm.
that brings is it's so incredible because there's not sometimes with dreams there's a lot of
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah. I can feel in some. I feel like we went into a different topic,
Yeah, okay.
but like I can feel as you say that. I think one of the things that is, or has been for me at least, is that it's the way the dreams teach us to remain curious.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I had a client who
As
had
the dreamer or as the therapist? Okay.
for all of us,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I think more for me because I'm trained now
Mm-hmm.
to be really curious and
Mm-hmm.
know that no dream. I've never worked a dream that wasn't like something really in there, even if it seemed like. So it's teaching me to be curious
Right, and
instead of.
also, I also just, I won't forget this, but
Mhm,
you've also done a lot of healing because as you have spoken very directly about on
mhm,
this podcast, and like you have healed a lot of trauma because
mhm,
curiosity is very difficult for people with trauma, and
right,
so that's
right,
another part of it. Even if you are a therapist, if you
right.
have
Well,
trauma,
most of us are looking for certainty. Most
yeah,
therapists are
yeah,
trained to look for certainty. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
here's the DSM and
yeah,
here's the
yeah,
treatment plan, and
yeah.
when it's to me the absolute opposite of certainty is where the
Mm-hmm.
healing is.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it also is training my client because they came in with a dream that was just a number and had no idea, no
Mm-hmm.
context for it. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a birth date, it wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
celebration or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, but then she went back to ask her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out that the number was the day when they had like a tornado that like ripped their house, and they couldn't find her for like 5 minutes
Oh
when she was like a
wow.
baby. She was
Wow,
like
wow,
under
wow.
1 years old,
Wow,
and
wow.
so like so my client now, it like opens up like because curiosity is like the function of the brain turning on, right? Like we
Mm.
have this curiosity functions of our brain, but that involves unknowing and vulnerability, which
Mm.
uncertainty feels like threat of death to the body.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it also trains our clients. The
Mm-hmm.
dream is like
Mm-hmm.
train our clients to be curious
Mm-hmm.
about it, like the writing group that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
we do this writing group with
Yeah.
folks we work with, and you write in the class
Mm-hmm.
about your place or your dream,
Mm-hmm.
and it's incredible. Can I just say,
Mm.
like the one we did yesterday,
Yeah.
like each person
Yeah.
wrote from this place of curiosity. Like
Yeah.
I could just feel how the curiosity and how they
Mm-hmm.
engaged the writing, and they all three of them did it very differently.
Mm-hmm.
It was like like writing as a process of curiosity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how much it also helps to just, which is why we're doing the class, or why I love it, and is just it always adds something to the work that you're doing, which is so cool. There's like
Mm-hmm.
there's a deepening that happens, which is so awesome, and also being able to just listen to what other people
Yeah.
wrote, and is a huge just a huge
Right.
thing that can be so helpful.
So that's the thing about going back to the past, is we can now enter the past not from this place of knowing, but from a place of curiosity, right? So
Mm.
then you have the opportunity to go back to this awful,
Mm.
awful,
Mm.
awful birthday party. But if you, but from more of a healed place, it's not a reliving the trauma by
Right,
going
right,
back.
right, right,
It's like,
right.
oh, what was my mom thinking?
Right, yeah.
What was Dana's experience of this? Like,
Mm.
what was going on for me throughout the day? Like
Mm.
throughout the
Mm.
experience, right?
Mm.
It's like because then we learn
Mm.
more. Like
Mm.
that's what I feel is so poignant about this dream. I've reached a place in healing now where it's like time to go back because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not triggered by
Mm-hmm.
going back.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I really that's a point that I felt when you were first talking to is like again I love doing this and I love the dreams and I love that this is just a fact is that everything's different for everyone, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and going back for me so often is not helpful. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I mean I'll go back inside a dream if it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll be like, "Oh, yes, my you know, that is familiar from blah, dot dot dot."
Mm-hmm.
But like going back is not it's like when I do it, like going back to that, like telling that story, I don't like I know it's like it's pain, but I'm not like oh my god it's so painful. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like I yeah like that happen. I just don't have like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
like pulled into
Right.
it, and I'm not like I don't want to make it a part of because often what can happen, especially in the beginning of working with dreams, either as a client or as you know a therapist or whichever side is like the dreamer wants to be like like pull be pulled back into the drama of the story and you
Mm-hmm.
know and instead of like as a way to kind of distract
Mm-hmm.
you know and instead of like the the pinpoint hot moment of just the feeling you know the
Mm-hmm.
feeling
Right.
place instead of like oh it was because my mom was this and this and that and this
Right.
person
We have the story about why it was. Like that's
yeah
why it was
yeah
because of X, Y, and Z about me, which
yeah
is never the
yeah, it's like
truth.
not. It's people get so disappointed. I'm like, well, that's not the point. You know, it's not the point of the dream. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. That's not why the dream came. Is not to get embroiled and further away from ourselves through the
Mm-hmm.
story, but to hold on to the feeling.
And
You know,
the
and
feeling and
enter
what
in.
was going on, like, and the deeper meaning of what
Mm,
was going on from
mm,
both the feeling place opens up the understanding, which opens up the feeling
mm, mm.
around it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which is it's yeah, it's cool. It's cool how as we heal and go down our
Yeah.
paths, whatever
Mm-hmm.
they are, you know that things change, and as we change, things like that change. Where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, and now I can go back, and I'm
Right.
not, you know, and oh, and there was a time when it was really really helpful when I was in
Mm-hmm.
college and wrote my senior study, and the whole thing is like the bulk of it is about my relationship with my mother, and that was so helpful because I
Mm-hmm.
was literally saying things that I had never spoken before,
Mm-hmm.
never ever shared.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really important.
And weren't you shocked to read it recently? Like
Yeah, yeah,
you'd
yeah.
forgotten things
Yeah,
that
I
you'd written.
reread it. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but now it's not you know because I've done so much of that
Mm-hmm.
work and it's not that it'll never be you know never be relevant or but it's just not now when I go back it's like doesn't I feel like I'm going back to like an empty room you know
Yeah. Well, it's also like the reworking empty room in terms of it.
there's just nothing there for like it's like there's
Mm,
yeah it's just like there's no life there's no energy
when you go
there's
back to the
the
memory of the
I
birthday party,
no
or
no well like the I like whatever my mother and that
mm,
my growing up with her and you know it's not like
right.
there's like not like who it's not fresh
Mm,
it's like just like I just feel like I'm saying A B C D
mm-hmm.
E F G
Right. Yeah.
whereas being in the present moment doing this I don't feel like that I'm like yeah yeah
Yeah.
you know I
Yeah.
feel like I'm
Yeah. It's. I mean, I think it's why I got called to do the dream work because you can know the story
mm-hmm,
and have the memory, and then
mm-hmm,
it just that can get really locked up. Like that
mm-hmm,
was the story, and here's the memory. But the thing about the dream work allows us to change and then go back
mm-hmm,
at the
right
same time. So now I can be walking on A Street in the dark and feel myself as the boy and feel scared as well as being with the animus and just in a deeper place of self where I have compassion for this little boy.
mm-hmm,
First of all, compassion for myself, but then also this feeling of being the boy
Mm-hmm.
himself and feeling
Mm-hmm.
scared, but daddy's here,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And so that's like the love. Then we get to go back to these places and bring the love
Mm-hmm.
back to them, not with the animus and like 8th Street in New York City in 1982 at night is safe.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's
Right.
not, but I'm still there and I feel really scared, but
Mm-hmm.
safe in that I know that I'm loved.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of this process of building the attachment with the archetypes and
Mm-hmm.
being able then
Mm-hmm.
to revisit the past from a completely different, like on a completely different cellular
Mm-hmm.
level.
Mm-hmm.
Because trust me, I wanted to go back to the past like Timothy Hutton and like
Mm-hmm.
remember that moment. If
Mm-hmm.
I could get back to the
Mm-hmm.
time I was scared with my dad, then I can,
Mm-hmm. Then I could just do that and I'd be
right,
woo healed
right,
or whatever.
something. I don't even know what would happen, but it would be better than living in the misery.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I just thought of something related to this that, um, which is when I went to Pennsylvania to move my mom into assisted living and my
mm,
and was there with my oh now I feel like I shouldn't talk about this, but I was there with my mom and sister and my partner, my sister's partner, and we're all like they drove
mm-hmm,
my mom down to, and I hadn't been like it had been a long time since I was with my mom and sister,
mm-hmm,
like a long, long time, like since Wake was very small and we went to the
mm-hmm,
Cape. Well, I mean, it was like it's been so long, and I that experience was crazy. Like it was
mm-hmm,
so wild because I've changed so much,
mm-hmm,
and I was like, but at the same time, I was like glitching out.
mm-hmm,
I was like when I would be with them, like I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this what it's like?
mm-hmm,
It was so weird. Like, I
mm-hmm,
was like, wow, like, this is so intense.
mm-hmm.
This is so intense. And I would just, like, get up and, like, go. I'd have to leave. But I could. I mean, that's the thing that's amazing is I was like, I have to get out of here,
And I
you
can.
know. So I would, like, get up and leave and go outside and walk around the building and,
Right,
and just, like, just be like, I'll go get that, like
right.
just volunteer.
Anybody need any sugar? Because I'm happy to go get it.
um, so, and that was an interesting experience because I was like, and again, not that it's like this, like I was still in my trauma or there was still more things that were active or whatever. I was like, that was really hard.
Mm-hmm,
Like it was so hard
mm-hmm,
to just be there. Yeah, it was really, and I kind of felt like I was so much, I was like, this is so trippy. And like, we had our dog there, and that was another great blessing because it
mm-hmm.
was like, gotta take the
Has to
dog out,
pee. Yeah.
and
Oh, he's got to pee again.
yeah, just, oh, I don't know, he's sniffing around.
But
And,
Amy was 3 minutes
you know,
ago that you took him. I know, but
but it's, yeah, just like, I could feel the part of me that was like, wanted to judge myself and go into shame about like that I haven't grown or healed as much as I
mm-hmm,
thought or whatever. But really that was over there. It
mm-hmm,
didn't really have it was like just over there and I was more like able to kind of have this awareness of like wow, like it just this
mm-hmm.
intensity and be in yeah, in all of that and notice how yeah, just other stuff wanted to get triggered, and
Well, it's the
like I didn't want
right.
to eat around them. Like
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
I don't know, like because I think I was anorexic for a long
Ah.
time, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a thing that comes up for me. Like when I was moving from, uh, yeah, going to college, and my mom and aunt were driving me
Mm-hmm.
to, oh no, they were driving me anyway. On that trip across country, I just stopped eating. That was the last time
Mm-hmm.
I stopped eating like fully,
Mm-hmm.
and they were driving me, and I was just like, no, never, okay, that's it, and I like just never ate again for
Mm-hmm.
you know 2 years or something, except for frozen fruit juice. And so, yeah, just like that can be a way that my trauma, like I want to manage my trauma, is
Mm-hmm.
like by that control.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So your body memory goes back to that place and
yeah,
you're there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's trying to hold on to something that feels,
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah. It's interesting because I talked about like going out to Burlington last weekend and how it felt different, but it's not that like it there's a pull, like there's still a pull. Like I can feel how I'd actually rather just be at home
Mm-hmm.
feeling my work and
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
because it's very challenging to go back to the place when the trauma is still around and active.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like like even last night I went out. I got invited to this really sweet kind of hangout with a bunch of different people I didn't know, with a couple people I knew really well, and we're just playing this card game and stuff. And but I could feel I could feel an older part of me where I was just kind of frozen in this projection of pride and shame
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
thing. And it's like I didn't mind going out, and there was parts of it that was fun and different than just staying home. But I could also feel like where there's still all this old contraction
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I know better than to like go down a path of shame around it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I could feel these were like kind of successful in different ways
Mm-hmm.
people and
Mm-hmm. Successful in the world.
we are successful in the world, and also just like to whatever degree they have self-assurance and they've accomplished and they look a certain way, and the old place for me would be a place of not belonging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that girl's too cute, she'd never like skill and this
Mm-hmm.
job that I'd never have. And um so it's interesting because I feel like I'm not much in places of old. Like I don't have
Mm-hmm.
family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't have ongoing family
Mm-hmm.
dynamics. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
do a little bit, but more like with chosen family. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have these. Like both my parents have passed away, and I don't have siblings, so I don't have that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
ongoing thing that for me would have been trauma,
Mm-hmm.
ongoing
Mm-hmm.
perpetuation. Because neither of my parents had any capacity to do the changing work. They would have been. I would have had the same dynamic relationship with them,
Mm-hmm.
which would have that makes it very hard to heal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an added layer of challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it gets to be cool when you can step in
Mm-hmm.
and be different with people and not give a shit about their
Mm-hmm.
response. Like
Mm-hmm.
it can. I don't want to say it's not also full of possibility,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Mm-hmm.
also is. It's fucking tough.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
I mean,
like
I
that
think
you
the
said
dreams
that.
will help you in those particular places,
Yes.
even in those particular relationships, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I have clients who are in challenging relationships, but the dreams come to support them in being different
Mm-hmm.
and feeling archetypal support within those relationships, particularly
Yes, yes,
as
yes.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool.
It's so cool.
Such a oh, what a
Dreams are cool.
yeah, I just don't know what I would do
You don't have to.
with that.
Dream about not having dreams. Dream about a life without them. Um, yeah. I'm glad we're able to be live with y'all if you're out there live.
Yeah, me
Um,
too. Except, yeah, we can't see. we
our
can't
event
figure out
log
how.
just doesn't work. So
I
if you're interacting, our
We're so
interactivity
sorry.
is
Yeah,
not being shown.
yeah.
So this will be on. Are we?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
So this will be up on our YouTube channel probably by the end of the day. You can also check out the Old Heads podcast on Apple Podcast that I'm doing with my buddy Tom about growing up with hip hop.
So it's very cool.
We the most recent one that we posted is with Rob Swift, who's one of the world's great DJs, both now and in its history. And we just recorded another one with another person who is deeply involved in hip hop and the profession of it, and that should be coming out in the next week or so. Um, and if you
Cool.
are interested in hip hop, you can listen to that. If you're interested in dreams, you can keep watching us because it's
Yeah.
different content every
Mm-hmm.
week, as you may catch on if you watch a little bit.
If you
And you
have
can reach out,
questions, yeah, reach out.
send us a dream.
Mm-hmm.
We should maybe set up a email,
That's a good
the
idea.
oh shit
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
gmail.com. So we might have that. But meanwhile, you can just, I don't know.
Message us, or you can go to through my website. I have a website, awtdreamwork.com, and you can email me through that.
We should have, you know how people have their like websites in the background all the time? We should
Yeah.
put it right under the window. awtdreamwork.com. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Enjoy this October Sunday or whatever day you've
It
come
is when
across
you,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Bye.
future or the past.
Or the past. If you're watching in 1986, let us know.
Wow. Yeah. Please.